Hello, just a quick video on scientific notation in astronomy. And scientific notation is simply a way of writing very large numbers in a shorter, simplified version. And here's an example, number 4. Look at this big, long number. Well, we don't want to write this out every time. So we can do a shorthand to express that same number. That's what scientific notation is. So let's do a couple of these together. Let's do the first one, and it gives the speed of light at approximately 300 million meters per second. So the way that we do scientific notation is I'm going to take my number here, and I need to count how many times over we're going to put the decimal, okay? Because I'm going to write some version of this right here. Now I can start writing this shorthand right away because I know it's going to be 3.0. We want to keep this single digits or just using the ones space, okay? So my decimal point is going to end up right here. It's starting with 300 million over here. So I have to count how many times I move it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I moved it over 8 times. And that's going to tell me what the exponent is on the 10. So 10 to the 8th. Just like in this example up here, we moved the decimal over 1, 2, 3, 4 times. That's why it's 4.5 times 10 to the 4th, okay? Let's do another one. Let's do number 2. So I have my number, 333,000. I want to keep this to a single decimal, so I'm going to put my decimal point here, right? So 3.33 times 10 to the what? What do I have to raise this 10 to the power of? Well, my original decimal point was here, and I moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times over. So it's 10 to the 5th. And it's just that simple. That's what you're doing on the rest of these. Now, it will get a little bit more complicated when you have to do a very small number. And I've just got a couple of those, number 8 and number 10, it looks like. So number 8, the magnitude of a very faint star, typically around this many watts per square meter. When we go to these small numbers, we still want to do a single digit, right? So I have my 2 out here. So that means my decimal point is going to go right next to the 2. So I'm going to have 2.0 times 10 to the... Now in this case, since it's smaller than 1, it's going to be to a negative number, 10 to the negative power of something. I'm still going to count my decimal places. So here's where it ends up, 2.0. How many times do I have to go over to get to the original decimal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. So that means I have to raise this to the negative 12th. And I think on the sample one here, we see the same thing, right? So 7.6, my decimal point's going to go there. I count over 1, 2, 3, 4. I moved the decimal 4 times, so I have a negative 4. 7.6 times 10 to the negative 4. All right. And you want to include your units. Easy to forget. I think I might have forgotten on this previous one. Include your units. No, I did it. Meters per second here. This one didn't really have units because we were just talking about times something. If you have more questions, let me know.